What is up, you guys? How you doing today? This is the Perfect Mindset Podcast, and my name is Kurt. I'm going to be your guys' host. I am, again, super excited to be here with you guys today. We are going to conquer so many cool things. Before we get in there, though, I really wanted to share a story that I heard with you guys today, and it was about the transportation system and the mailing system that we have, specifically FedEx. So as you guys know, everything right now is just crazy with the holidays coming up. You can get your package in one day from Amazon, USPS, UPS, FedEx are all really working hard. And I want to thank them all for everything that they've been able to do for the past holiday seasons and then the upcoming holiday season as well. So as you guys know, with them working so hard, specifically working with FedEx here, there's so many little things that go into the business to make sure that you get your package on time and that you can send it to exactly where it needs to go. So I heard this great story. It was talking about the headquarters of FedEx, which is located in Memphis, Tennessee. And they were talking about how there was a manager in there. He's walking through doing his daily rounds, and he notices one section of the facility isn't working, and they have conveyor belts all over the place. And in this little section, there was no conveyor belts working. Everything was at a standstill. And something like that, where just one little problem can lead to so many more problems down the road. So immediately he got on the phone. He called up his maintenance guy. It's like, you need to get down here right away. We have a huge problem. The maintenance guy is asking, what's going on? You got to tell me what's going on. And he was saying, the manager was like, you got to get him down here. You really got to check this out for yourself. So the maintenance guy comes down there, it takes about 10 minutes or so, and starts looking around everywhere. And he's opening up these panels, he's taking his light, he's viewing in different areas, and he's going through. And as the time's going on, the manager is just getting more and more frustrated. So it already took the maintenance guy about 10 minutes to get over there, and then about 10 minutes into him looking, the manager was just furious. Like, we need to get this going, we need to get this started right away. And the maintenance guy's still opening cabinets, looking around, and he notices something. He takes out his light, he looks in there, and he pulls out his screwdriver and puts it in there and turns the screw a little bit, and everything starts working. And the manager was just amazed. He was wondering, what is going on? This is incredible. What did you do, And he was saying, what do I owe you for restoring this? And the maintenance guy sat there and he's like, that's $10,000. And the manager was beyond himself. He was like, that was about 10 minutes worth of work. What do you mean $10,000? He's like, here's what you'll do. Put together an invoice, what you did, and then put it on my desk and I'll go through it and I'll make sure that everything looks right. So what the maintenance guy smiles a little bit. He's like, I can do it right now for you. So he takes out a piece of paper and he writes down something and gives it to the manager. And the manager takes a look at it, laughs, and then goes over and writes a check for $10,000. And you guys are probably wondering, what did the note say? Well, the note said simply this: turn the screw, $1. Know which screw to turn, $9,999. And that is huge. And a lot of people don't understand that. And that is really big in the trade industry. If you have a plumber or electrician or anything like that, and you're wondering why their prices are so high, especially for a good one, that's exactly what it is. And a lot of people, exactly why they're going to school. You can learn a lot of the bigger information and kind of get the stuff done, but they're going in and they're learning all these small things. And that is the most important aspect of the job. They have to know all these little things and do them correctly over and over again to make sure that if they're doing this, then they can do the big thing right. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys today, is you have to do the small things right. And it matters. And you guys can see, even from this real basic story from FedEx, of how much it matters. If the maintenance guy didn't know what screw to turn, he wouldn't have been able to get that whole thing on. And it might have taken hours and hours if he didn't know all the simple mechanics behind it. And turning a screw is simple, but knowing which one to turn, that's where all that money is made. So you look at all these industries where you have lawyers, all the doctors, again, all the different trades. And what they do is they go through, either through their apprenticeship or through their schooling, and they're learning all the small things. so that they can do those correctly, they can get the big things right. So I think that was really, really cool. And you, like I said, you can't do these big things right unless you get the small stuff right. And I think how you set yourself up in your life, the stuff that you have going on, directly correlates to that as well. So, personally, for myself, one thing I do every single day, especially when I wake up here and ready to start the day off, is I do one small successful thing to jumpstart my day to make sure that everything else goes perfect. So, every time that I get up, the first thing I do is I jump out of bed and I instantly make my bed. I strip the comforter off, I straighten the sheets underneath, make sure everything's lined up perfect. I put my comforter back on, I make sure all the lines are exactly straight, everything's tucked in real nice. I fluff up the pillows and then put those right back on. Now, you may say something like, huh, making your bed every single morning, what are we, 5 years old? And this is probably something that I picked up from my parents, them being in the military and growing up in that rigid structure there. Uh, we got to always have everything look real presentable and real nice. But what I'm doing with this here is I am actually starting my day off with a small task that seems mundane and meaningless, but I'm actually setting myself up for success here. I have done the first thing of my day very successful. And so I know everything past this point, I now have the confidence to go out and really work on these different processes. So then I go and I start my morning ritual where I'm able to go in, I take a shower, I kind of get ready for the day, I go out and I cook an incredible breakfast, really get good proteins, get my carbs in, just really feeling good about myself. And then whatever happens afterwards, if I'm going to work or if I'm running errands or just anything I'm doing that day, I know from that point that I've had the confidence of success up to that point. Now, you may be thinking, well, how does that directly correlate with making a bed? Well, if I got out of bed and the first thing I did is went to go make breakfast, and let's say I'm going to make eggs, and I screw up and I burn the eggs, well, starting yourself off with failure there. And so that mindset changes everything for the entire day. Then you're going and starting off with a failure, and it's a lot harder to rebound from that point. So making your bed every single morning, it's the best success you can start off with in the morning. And then the best part about it is if you go out into your day and everything's going on and everything wrong happens in the world and every bad thing is hitting you, you're going through a lot of learning of lessons, you're failing at certain things, you're trying to get yourself back up. Well, when you come home at night, your bed is made, it looks beautiful, and you're able to go in there. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to worry about picking anything up, and you're able to go right into bed and actually go to bed somewhat peaceful and able to start your next day right. So there's so many powerful aspects to making your bed, but also doing the small things right. By doing these small things throughout the day and the morning ritual and all of that, I'm actually able to prepare myself for the bigger, more important tasks that come along. So when I'm able to give a presentation, or I have to build a website, or even just giving a podcast like this, I am set up for success in writing that and doing that because I've made my bed in the morning. So I want to challenge you guys to go look at yourself and the small things that you do every single day. Really look at what do you do right when you wake up. Analyze every part of your day and see what you're doing. And I want you to make something very systematic and very consistent where you can have something very successful at the beginning of each day. And by starting off and doing the small things right, you're getting the big things right. And look at your job as well. When you're going through and you're doing a project, make sure that you're doing all the small tasks correct. You're not skipping over being lazy because it seems a little bit faster. Because in the end, that's going to come back to bite you. I want you to do small things right, and then you'll accomplish the big things, and you'll be more successful than you know. And it may be something where I want you to start with just doing it for a week, make your bed every day for a week. And then that transitions into 2 weeks, to a month, to a year, and it just keeps on growing and growing. And as you're making these little growths, it becomes part of your daily life. And you don't even have to think about it. I don't even think about making my bed in the morning or my morning ritual. I just do it out of habit. That streamlines the process and makes my day ready for more successful events. I'm able to come in and start filming and working right away on a lot of my business stuff without having to worry about all the little stuff because I've done it right up to that point. So I want you guys to look in, challenge that view in your life, and really do the small things so you can be successful. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely go down below and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram as well at CurtieBirdie and Facebook at Kurt Hucal. So really excited to see you guys grow with me. Thank you so much. Have a great day.